Greetings, cheese lovers. This is Jill Erber of Cheesetique with your Cheese and Wine Club for May 2026. May is American Cheese Month, and so what better way to celebrate that than to highlight 3 amazing American artisan cheeses from all over the country, all different ages. Can't wait to dive into these with you. Really cool thing to point out is that 2 of the 3 of these cheeses have literally never been through the doors of Cheesetique in all of our 21 plus years. You are the first people to taste them as members of our Cheese and Wine Club, so yay you. Our first cheese is from Connecticut. This is a cheese called Melinda Mae, and for those of you who are Shel Silverstein fans, you might remember the name Melinda Mae from his poem about the little girl who eats an entire whale. This cheese is named after her, adorably enough. This is a soft-ripened pasteurized cow's milk cheese. It is very pillowy and squishy. You can see how just tender and buttery and gorgeous this cheese is. This one is aged for about 3 weeks. It is made by Mystic Cheese Company, which I just love the name of that. And I'll be honest, we have tried to get this cheese so many times at Cheesetique, and every time I get excited and I go and it doesn't arrive. And so finally we were able to get our hands on it. So I am as excited as you might be about trying this brand new cheese, aged for 3 weeks from the state of Connecticut. Secondly, we are moving on to the state of Georgia. If you never thought of Georgia as being a big cheese producing state, this is made in the town of Thomasville, Georgia, and it is called, fittingly, Thomasville Tomme. Thomasville Tomme is a 100% unpasteurized, so raw milk, cow's milk cheese. It is aged for about 60 days, a little bit over, which is 2 months, just to translate that for you. So a couple months versus 3 weeks on this cheese here. So this is going to give us a little bit more character, more depth, more richness, more complexity of flavor that only extra aging can give us with the cheese. The texture is beautiful and tender on the interior. It's got little eyes in it, as we call them, little holes within the cheese. The rind on this cheese is technically edible. Try it. If you don't like it, just don't eat it, but you can totally taste it and see what you think of it. The Melinda Mae, on the other hand, is 100% edible. You absolutely have to eat the rind on the Melinda Mae. Third is one that I am particularly excited about because I'm a very big fan of this company's blue cheese. So this is made by the Maytag Cheese Company. Yes, the makers of the world famous, not just American famous, blue cheese called Maytag Blue. Yes, they also make cheddar, believe it or not. And not only do they make cheddar, but this cheddar is actually older than my youngest child. This cheddar has been aged for a whopping 12 years. Yes, you heard that right, 12 years. It is one of the oldest cheddars that you can get your hands on, made lovingly in Iowa by the Maytag folks. I cannot wait for you to try this. Again, both the Melinda Mae and this Maytag 12-year cheddar, never been at Cheesetique before. How exciting is that? Next, we're on to our very delicious but simple accompaniments. We always want the cheese to shine. So the first is our wonderful sort of thin wafer crackers. These are actually a sesame flavor. They're made with ground sesame seeds, so it gives them kind of a more of a richness, but they're still super crisp and neutral, so they won't overpower these cheeses here. And then what is more American than apple butter? So we have some wonderful apple butter made in New York State. So you're going to get yourself a little ramekin of this. I recommend put a piece of cheese on your cracker, a little bit of the apple jam on top of the cheese, and you have made yourself a gorgeous little snack bite right there. Our wine, very, very excited about. So Sean Miner is one of the most esteemed American wine producers out there. He makes very fancy schmancy wines, but he also makes wines that are very approachable and everyday drinkable. And what better season is there than right now to enjoy his gorgeous California Rosé. This is a Rosé of 100% Pinot Noir grape. So the juice of these grapes sits on the skins of the grapes for about 24 hours, and it imparts this gorgeous rosy color, more richness of flavor, more depth, more character, a little bit of structure and tannin. So you get the refreshing nature of like a white wine because you drink it chilled, but you get a little bit more flavor and oomph. And who doesn't absolutely love a rosé when the sun is shining? So it's going to be a beautiful complement to these cheeses as well. Will never overpower, will only complement with beautiful acidity and fruit. And that, my friends, is our American Cheese Month focused Cheese and Wine Club at Cheesetique. I will see you next month.